Hi there and welcome back or welcome to the channel if this is your first time here. My name is Amy and I have a somewhat unhealthy obsession with Formula 1. In today's video we are going to be discussing the Imola Grand Prix that happened just 2 short days ago. I know it's been a hot minute since I've been able to film a video. I've got a full-time job now so it's a bit more difficult, but we're here. What's happened since last time we spoke? Lando Norris, race winner. I know I'm pointing to my Daniel hat, but that's my Lando hat. Lando Norris, race winner. What else has gone on? I dyed my hair, got a full-time jobs. And this channel has been doing surprisingly well, so thank you guys so much if you're new here. It does mean a lot. Anyway, and if you haven't subscribed and you're just like watching my videos, please do. It's like kind of wacky, it's like 98% not subscribed. So like, please, if you like what I'm doing, yeah, I would appreciate it a lot. Anyway, Imola, that's what we are here to talk about. And did this race deliver? Kind of. I mean, the first like 57 or so laps, that was a struggle there. I was on the verge of falling asleep. It was like 12 o'clock at night and I was dreadfully tired. The last like 8 or so, that's delivered. And that makes me excited if we ever get a title fight, but we'll get into that a bit later. So let's start from the beginning. We returned to Imola after not going there last year due to some flooding, which is not really ideal for a Formula 1 event. Also this weekend, we saw a lot of tributes to Senna, obviously. 30 years since one of the greats in Formula 1 passed away at this track, and to see that amazing tribute run that was organised by Sebastian Vettel, that was amazing. All the tributes that he did, and obviously all the tributes that everybody around the track did, the drivers, everyone was involved, and it was really, really cool to see. Again, yeah, 30 years is insane. That's a long while since that happened, but it's still... You can still tell the amount of influence he had on most of these drivers growing up, so it is really important that they showed the support for him. Anyway, on to a lighter subject, free practice. We had Ollie Behrman in there again. Obviously, you know, he stayed with his debut for Ferrari this year, and to see him in free practice with Haas is very promising. I'm kind of excited. I know it isn't confirmed yet, but like it's basically confirmed he has that seat next year, and that would be incredible. I'm excited for him to be in F1 full-time, and again, it's not confirmed, but I'm excited for it anyway. Again, free practices weren't too interesting other than Red Bull obviously struggling from FP1, which I am a Red Bull fan, but that is incredibly exciting. Not that I like to see my team struggle, but we like to have a good fight going on. So yeah, Red Bull struggling from FP1, and that carried all the way on and through the race as well. A lot of people were off in the practice sessions as well. I don't know whether it was something to do with the tyres or whether it was because they just haven't been here in a while. But Imola is fairly forgiving, given that there aren't really too close walls. However, it is an old school track, okay? And I love it. I love it the fact it's an old school track. A lot of gravel traps to keep the drivers in line, which we do like to see. There were obviously a few track limit violations, but like not as much as there would be if those gravel traps weren't there and the grass wasn't there. Some people went lawn mowing, to say the least. And again, a few red flags throughout, but nothing too serious. Again, there might have been, I was kind of drunk at a party for the third practice. I don't really remember it, but like, dear, rock on. Moving on to quali. There were obviously a few shocks in qualifying. Alonso down in 19th. Perez obviously only qualifying 11th was again a pretty big shock given the fact that Max qualified on pole. And again, I know they've been struggling with the car, but I think this really shows that a lot of it is still down to the driver. Like, yes, the car is incredibly good, but if you compare Perez to Max, like, that delta's insane to me. So obviously qualifying 11th really does need to pick up his game if he wants to stay in that seat. Again, I don't think, as much as it has to be said, I don't think Daniel Ricciardo is too big of a threat, and neither is Zuki, but there are plenty of other drivers on that grid who would want that spot. You are in the best car on the grid and you're not making the most of it, period. So I just think you need to step up this game a little bit. Again, Ricciardo and Tsunoda, again, they did pretty well. They both got through to FP3 again. I think that AlphaTauri, the V-Carb, is starting to really improve over the past few races. Again, so is the Alpine. Those teams were really struggling at the start of the year, seem to be starting to catch up again. And this whole field, again, as the new regulations are coming into like full fruition, they are starting to bunch up again. In fact, they all qualified pretty much within a second of each other for most of quali, which is pretty impressive. Again, the team that has made probably the biggest jump, not necessarily in the past few races, but overall over the past year, being McLaren, they slayed again, okay? Second and third in qualifying. We love to see it, and obviously Oscar did get that 3rd place grid penalty, which made me cry a little bit, so he started down in 5th. In terms of the race, again, it was such a slow one. It was a really slow burner. Did I doze off once or twice? Yeah, I did, because it was boring for the past majority of it. We did have a few scraps going on that we'll get to see. Again, Oscar and Sainz battling once more. Fighting over who's gonna be Lando's best friend, I guess. That was really cool. That was probably one of the longer fights of that one. It was interesting to see the different tyre strategies as well come into play, because obviously if they wanted to make that overcut work, they would have to make sure that their opponent got stuck behind someone else when they pitted, and that did actually happen to a few people. They just didn't get that window exactly right. I guess it's kind of difficult. This is the longest pit lane on the calendar, so it's difficult with the timing. But yeah, obviously you had a lot of faster cars having to fight back through the slower cars again, which is always provides you with a little bit of entertainment, even if you know for a fact that they are going to overtake each other. Speaking of entertainment, a fight for the lead for once, pretty much. I mean, they weren't technically fighting, but Lando was within a second of Max when he crossed the line, and that is impressive given like the 30-second leads he's had over the past year. Okay, like the fact that it was within a second, so good. Give it a few more laps, we could have had a second Lando Norris win, and we would have all loved to see it. Again, you all know I love my Red Bull, but I want to fight. I love it when there's a fight, and clearly Max loves it when there's a fight as well. Speaking of, to not only get pole position, win the race, he also decided, hey, why don't I participate in a 24-hour sim race event over this weekend and win that as well. Honestly, high-key impressive. You can hate the man, but that is high-key impressive. So anyway, your final results are here. Obviously, your top 3 were Max Verstappen, Lando Norris, and Charles Leclerc. Again, how exciting would it be if we could potentially get a title fight between those 3 in the next few years, with McLaren and Ferrari closing that gap, particularly McLaren. McLaren I'm excited for. I know I shouldn't be getting too excited, but I'm so excited for. Obviously, Perez worked his way up to 8th, which, again, better than 11th, but not incredible. And yeah, basically, all I have to say about this race, potential title fight, and Perez needs to improve majorly if he wants to keep that seat. This is how the fantasy league is going. Again, I haven't checked it. I'll check it before next week, I swear. Next week, we're going to get a proper revamp of these teams. So please stay tuned. I swear, I promised myself I'd try. I just haven't tried. Next time out, we are obviously in Monaco. I know a lot of people don't like it because it can't really overtake it, but I like the vibes. I just want to be in Monaco. Anybody got like a jet and just fly me to Monaco within the next 3 days, I would highly appreciate it. Period. But I am excited for it. Again, it's more the spectacle of sports like other races, but Monaco's your historic one. Monaco is your classic race on the calendar compared to your Las Vegases and your Miamis that are just new and there for the show. Monaco at least has that history to it, I feel, so I give her more respect. I give her a bit more respect. Anyway, that brings this video to a wrap. If you liked it, then press that like button. Comment down below what you thought of the race. Do you think we could potentially get a McLaren and Red Bull title fight next season? If so, immaculate vibes. And yeah, subscribe. Thank you guys so much for all the recent support and love, even though I just haven't been posting as much as I usually do. Again, full-time job, but I'm gonna try my best. And yeah, that's it. I'll see you guys in the next one. Laters.